A world traveler, philosopher, author, teacher, public speaker, and business advisor, Hamid Hank Noorani has established systems thinking as a process that spans all nationalities and cultures. His books bring enlightenment and creative direction. Here is a portion of one presentation.
As engineers, we are taught to deal with facts and deal with principles. Facts have to be verifiable, principles have to be rooted in the laws of physics. So while I shared a lot of practical ideas with you that you can apply for improving your productivity, these ideas are not based on opinion. There is a science behind it. What flows from this definition is that it defines our role within this reality. If everything is made of systems, then what we are doing every day, every moment of our life, we are designing and managing some systems. This is very significant because whenever you can define a worldview and define our role within that worldview, you can put the two together and derive from these two a rational model. So for the first time in human history, we can define what is rational and what is not rational. And because we are driving this rational model based on laws of physics, it means that people of all cultures can agree on it. So what we find, the conclusions actually become consensus and a way to bridge all cultural divides. If you take that definition and put it into a diagram, this is what we get. We have a segment of a space. We have parcel of matter being altered, is the input being converted into the output. And this conversion takes place through the systems, parts, processes, and structures. But this system itself is a subsystem of a larger system that acts as its context. And the two are interacting. The whole is influencing the part, and the part is influencing the whole. From this diagram, we can define what is rational. Whenever we take an action, we are converting some input of resources into an output that hopefully is of some benefit. This action has to have some cost. It's physically impossible to have an action with no cost. It is physically impossible to have an action that takes place in 0 time. It is physically impossible to have an action without consequences. Actions have consequences. Eventually, the cost of irrational action is going to force us to change course. So everything I've been telling you so far comes straight out of economics, except that I'm using systems thinking to explain the physics behind it. The other concept this system thinking offers us is structures. Structures are stable parameters of the system that influence the processes. There is a goal of effectiveness, and these are the metrics you can use: sales volume, profit, production level. There is a goal of efficiency with the metrics: sales volume per salesperson, return on investment. But there are also 2 other goals: goal of health, which means having all system parts functioning, and goal of cohesion. Because if you do not take care of these 2 goals, long term, you will not have your performance. Effectiveness is the volume of benefit that the system can generate as its intended benefit. Efficiency is output divided by input, which measures how much resources you have used to generate that benefit. So you define the goals of others in terms of effectiveness, efficiency, health, and cohesion. The same way that your business has these 4 goals, the customer you are dealing with, the supplier you are dealing with, also has their own same set of 4 goals. They have a goal of effectiveness, they have a goal of efficiency, they have a goal of health, they have a goal of cohesion.
Purchase his books and contact Hank to instill systems thinking to your organization.